Dr. Bascom, I wasn't expecting to hear from you so soon.
Anne, I've got the results here. I'm sorry, but you've got to go in for biopsy.
No.
Look, I don't want you to worry. I've called in Len Thomas. He's brilliant, and he really is. You couldn't be in better hands.
How soon do you want me?
Well, I've booked you into St. Matthew's day after tomorrow. Is that all right?
What about before? That doesn't matter now. I don't think back and I don't look forward. So just let it go, will you?
But you've got to plan for the future. I mean, there's still lots of things you can enjoy. Just because you've given up, Judy, there's no reason for me to stand by and see Belinda do the same.
Why shouldn't I give up? I haven't exactly got a lot to look forward to, have I?
Because you've already proved that you're not a quitter.
Why? Because I could stumble around the corridors and fold a few sheets. That's not exactly going to earn me a living when I get out of here, is it? Look, I know you're just trying to help, but I don't care, all right? I'm not going to do anything stupid. But if I died tomorrow, it wouldn't make much difference to anyone, including me.
Oh, that's a terrible way to talk. There's always something to look forward to. I can't imagine ever not caring whether I live or die.
That's because you've got something to look forward to. We haven't.
Righto, Mitchell, out you get.
Oh, can't we go around the block one more time?
Come on, I haven't got all day to waste with
Hey,
you.
get your filthy hands off me, you rotten mongrel.
That's enough, Mitchell. Come on, you're in enough trouble as it
You
is.
fat lot, you care.
You'll get what you deserve.
Oh, yeah? Don't hold your breath. Up your way.
I thought Minnie had plans to get rid of Ferguson. Well, how about it, Minnie? Perhaps you're just plain scared.
You watch your mouth, Sonia.
It's all right, Cass. I promised I'd get rid of her, and I will, when the time comes.
When's that? 1999.
I'm not going to fail the way you did. That's why it's going to take time.
Well, that's all very well, Minnie, but in the meantime, we've got to put up with the rotten, ugly-looking bitch.
Go on, Brian. Sounds very interesting. Anyone I know? Well, ladies, thought I'd be the bearer of good tidings. Your little mate, Mitchell. She got 6 months.
Oh.
She's on her way back.
Oh, Miss Ferguson, we won't be able to say goodbye to Lizzie before she goes, won't we?
I don't really think that's going to be necessary, Mason. As far as I know, Birdsworth's not going anywhere.
When did they think that up?
Not long after your first visit.
Oh, Arthur. It's gonna be wonderful. I just can't wait.
That's the 100th time you've said that, Mum.
Yeah, I know. That's because I really mean it. Where will I sleep when I'm at your place?
Look, it's your place too now, Mum.
Yeah. Our place.
Well, we've moved Mike and Kevin together, so you'll be having Kev's old room.
Oh. Arthur, I hope the parole board lets me go. I don't know what I'll do if they turn me down this time.
They won't, Mum. Of course they won't.
And maybe Arthur, that's my son, you know him. Maybe Arthur will buy me a rocking chair. Oh, that'd be ripper. And I could sit and read to me grandchildren. That's if me eyes will hold out.
And would these twilight year activities of yours include the making of illicit alcohol?
I beg your pardon?
Mrs. Birdsworth, isn't it a fact that you've been caught making hooch, I believe the term is, on at least 7 occasions in the past 10 years?
Yeah, but that was purely medicinal for me cough. I mean, we didn't even have a doctor here for 8.
Isn't it a fact that you are an alcoholic and that your incarceration here has probably saved your life by depriving you, for the most part, of drink?
That's a bloody lie. I mean, of course I like to drop now and then to warm the cockles of me hair. Just like everybody else, Your Honour.
I'm a teetotaler.
Now, Mrs. Birdsworth, about your involvement in the murder of Nola McKenzie.
Hey, guess what little Dicky Bird just told me?
Is it about Lizzie?
No, Bobby.
She pushed some cop down the stairs and went on the lam for a couple of hours.
Oh, that stupid girl, I warned her.
Yeah, well, I reckon it was worth a try. I'm not waiting around for 6 months for some stinking parole board. I'm going to get Bridges to show me the way.
You wait your turn, Phyllis. I'm next.
Oh, really? And what gives you priority?
You can forget about it, all of you. I've told Mr. Bridges already, and I say it once more loud and clear for the rest of you. No one's escaping from Wentworth until I clear it first.
Look, I think I will go and have a word with her. Now, you stay here, okay?
You're right, Mr. Bridges.
Good.
Oh!
What's the matter, Lizzie?
Oh.
Shh, what's the matter?
Oh, buddy, Mr. Bridges. Oh.
You're wrong, Lizzie. There are two bodies. I set them free. And now, you can be free too. See?
Lizzie!
I think she's had a heart attack, Cass. You better go and get help.
Oh, right.
Quickly, Parker.
Yeah.
Right, Lizzie. You're free now.
Lizzie's been mate. I've got to help her.
Lizzie's free now, Cass.
What are we coming here for?
It's time to set you free.
I don't want to escape. I've got to help Lizzie.
It won't take long, Cass. See?
Lizzie? Lizzie? Oh, hang on. Help's coming. Oh, for God's sake, hurry up! It's all right, Lizzie. They'll be here soon.
My God, what's happened?
Where's Scott? What? He's had a heart attack. Did you see, David? Took Parker in to get Scott.
I haven't seen either of them. I'll get Scott.
Shh. It's all right. Danger. Mr. Bridges. Lizzie.
Cass.
Lizzie. Don't worry. Try not to speak. Cass isn't angry. Shh. Just be quiet. Mr. Bridges isn't in any danger.
Don't be afraid. I only want to help you. That's all I ever really wanted to do. You won't feel any pain. Before you know it. It'll be over. Don't fight me. You want to be free. I've got you, haven't I? I've got to kill the demons. They always come back. But I always kill them.
Oh, thank God.
Thanks.
Bridges.
Look, don't try and speak, Lizzie. You've got to rest. The ambulance will be here in a minute.
Go, Cass.
What?
Cass. Bridges. Knife.
Where's David?
He took Parker inside.
Why?
Damn it. We've got to get to him now. Just stay with him. Make sure he'll be okay. Come on.
shed. Come on.
Carefully, could do anything.
I'm not going to just stand here. I've got to go in.
I think we're too late. No, she's not dead. A few deep cuts, but nothing too serious by the look of it.
Please.
I'll go with her.
Yes, thanks. I'll see you then.
Joanne, quickly! Listen, Wordsworth's been taken to Wentworth General. There's been an attack, all right?
What's up with Lizzie?
Put Mitchell through an induction.
Well, maybe Rosalind's baby came early and there were complications.
Yeah? Maybe someone got hurt trying to escape.
Well, I wouldn't worry. Bridges knows what he's doing.
He might, but anyone can slip up, can't they?
Not before he gets me out. After that, who cares? All I know is my skin's going to drop off if it doesn't happen soon.
Oh, I thought Dr. Collins gave you some special cream for them.
He did, but it's no use to me if I have to keep dipping my hands in the lousy detergent all the time.
Well, you can take over from Phyllis on the skip tomorrow.
Bobby!
Thanks for the escort.
Oh.
Watch your mouth,
Well,
Mitchell.
well, come home for a shower.
Oh, get stuff.
How did you get caught so soon?
I'd like to see you do any better. At least I tried. Hey, what happened to Lizzie?
What do you mean, what happened to Lizzie?
Well, all hell's broke loose out there. There's screws running around everywhere. They carted her off in an ambulance.
How do you know this?
Well, Pieface had her knickers in a knot, said something about an attack and that they were taking Lizzie to hospital.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
There we go.
Lizzie? Where's Lizzie?
Now, just relax, Cass. Lizzie's fine. She's in good hands.
Scott, how is she?
Well, I've had to stitch her face. Her arms aren't too bad, considering. I think a day or so in Wentworth Hospital wouldn't go astray.
Oh, no. No, I don't want to go. I'll stay here.
You have to be looked after properly.
No, please.
Okay. You can stay here, all right? I think she should stay here, close to people she knows.
If you think it's best. I suppose this ordeal is bound to affect her mentally.
Yeah, that's why being close to her friends is important. That'll help her more than anything now.
Unfortunately, there's an added complication. Because the police haven't worked out the details yet, Parker's suspected of David's murder. My God, the press are vultures. I've already had 2 newspapers on the phone. Where the hell do they get their information?
Oh, from the police. I must admit I'm a bit nervous at taking over from you under the circumstances. I don't know. It's not going to be easy. The women are pretty twitchy.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry about it, Colleen, but I can't really put off going to hospital.
No, of course you can't. Listen, how much we can tell the women?
Everything but the details. They've got a right to know.
Could cause a backlash against the rest of us.
I know, but I am going to suggest to the department that although the security measures have gone back to normal, they also make some concessions. Might help regain their confidence.
Let's hope they agree this time.
Oh, how's Lizzie? Oh, where's Cass, Mrs. Powell?
Please, ladies, I know you've all got a lot of questions. But give me a chance to explain first. Then it'll be your turn. First of all, Lizzie is going to be all right. She has had a heart attack. She's been taken to Wentworth Hospital, but they've told me she's in a satisfactory condition.
Well, how did this happen?
Please don't worry. She's in very capable hands and will keep you well informed.
Has Cass got anything to do with it? Where is Cass?
Cass has some cuts. She's in hospital here.
Okay.
It's not too serious. She's going to be all right. And there has also been a death. Mr. Bridges has been killed in an accident.
Oh, goodness, how terrible. It's like a nightmare. Well, what kind of accident?
I'm afraid we can't give you any details at the moment, not until the police have finished their investigations.
Is Cass connected with it?
And there's no easy way to tell you this, but Mary Adler and Tracy Dixon are also dead.
They found them in the prison grounds. The causes of death haven't been determined yet, but the police are working on it.
They suspect Cass is the murderer. Is that it?
I'm afraid we can't give you any more details now. If the police are satisfied that Parker is innocent,
She'll be
taken back to her cell tomorrow, barring any complications.
She didn't complain about any pains in her arms or chest.
Not to worry, Mrs. Morris. She'll be well cared for now.
Mum? Mum?
Where am I?
You're in hospital, Mrs. Birdsworth. How do you feel? Any severe pain? Good. You rest and get well.
Where you are, Mum? You're coming home with me. You got your parole, Mum. Isn't that good news?
I better be going back. Let me know if there's any change.
Yes, of course.
Bye, Lizzie.
Mrs. Morris, thanks for your support.
It worries me what the police might try to pull. They could be looking for a scapegoat for these murders.
Yeah, but I thought Bridges was the one
You can bet London to a brick. But him being an officer doesn't look too good for the department.
So they'll set Cass up. Yeah, that'd be their speed, the bastards. There's got to be something we can do.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, how's Cass and Lizzie?
They're coming along.
Have they dropped the charge against Cass?
She's just under suspicion at the moment. There's been no formal charge.
Yet.
Lights are out shortly. I suggest you both get a good night's sleep.
Jeez, why do I have to be brought back into this place just when things are the pits?
Thought you might need this. White with one, all right?
That'll do me fine, thanks.
Great. Everything all right?
Haven't heard a sound.
Good. She should rest easily tonight, but if she does wake up, just give me a call, okay?
Yeah, right.
See you later.
Bye. Lizzie's free now, Cass. Don't be afraid. I want to help you.
Thinking that it's not going to improve the taste now.
I can't eat when I'm thinking.
Doesn't say much from my brain then, does it?
Oh, yes, love, here. Take a seat. We'll get you something to eat. Bobby, dear.
Parker's been cleared, but I suggest you keep a close eye on her. She's been through a lot.
Cass? What happened with Mr. Bridges?
Judy, let's wait a bit, okay?
I reckon Bridges did their murders.
Thank you, dear. That's enough.
Jeez, it's great, isn't it? We're in here for doing hardly anything, and the screws are murderers.
And our top dog's muscle's a lot of use, isn't it?
Yeah, Sonia's right. Top dog needs decent muscle in this hole.
We've got each other. That's plenty of strength.
Oh, it just looks like you lost a couple. The others don't look too certain either.
Will you buzz off, Sonia? We're trying to eat.
I had another interview with the police this morning, and they told me that David's surname wasn't even Bridges.
No photo of his mother. Now, it was one of the women in that article on unsolved murders. Now, her name was Bridges.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they believe that she was his first victim, and he just picked up her name.
And do they think that he was responsible for all those murders in the article?
There's a strong possibility. Apparently last night a doctor phoned the police and told them that he'd treated David in a mental institution for several years after his mother died, and they strongly suspect him of killing her in a fire.
How on earth did he get a job as a prison officer?
Well, they wouldn't have known. He was underage at the time. There wouldn't have even been a file.
Oh, there's something wrong when things like that can happen.
Yeah, well, be that as it may, thanks to Mr. Bridges, we now have a huge problem on our hands. We're going to have to treat the women with kid gloves. There's going to be a lot of unrest for a while.
Can't say I'd blame them.
I'm really worried about Parker, Scott. I mean, she seems so withdrawn. Is that the tranquilizers?
Yeah, partly, but she's still mentally very unstable. And given some of the attitudes around here, it wouldn't take much to push her over the edge.
So scared, Min. Every time I shut my eyes, I can see him. He's coming at me again and again.
That'll pass, love. Just takes a bit of time and lots of care.
And you're long on both, of course. Sorry to hear about the scrape with Mr. Bridges, Cass. Doesn't sound like something you forget too soon.
Clear off, Sonia. Problems? Sonia's inquiring about Cass's state of mind.
Oh, I bet she is.
Oh, Cass will be all right if you give her a chance.
You need more than a chance to survive on top in here, isn't that right, Minnie? Oh, I'm sorry. It's terrible being told something that you already know, isn't it?
Now, you just try to relax, love.
I bought you some tea, Cass.
Oh, that was good of you, Pixie. Careful. I wonder if you should have stayed in hospital a little longer.
Oh, no. No.
It's all right, dear. We're all here with you. Now, you just drink your tea and we get some work done.
Take more than a cup of tea to get her back into shape.
I know that, Phyllis.
Yes, and so does Sonia. She's just biding her time.
Oh, you're not going to let her get back on top, are you?
Of course not. But I'd be lying if I said things look good for us at the moment.
Listen, Min, if you could fix Ferguson for good, you'd have all the women on your side.
And I will. She's a very clever woman.
Is that all you've done this morning?
I'm really sorry, Miss Ferguson, but we're so short-staffed here. You see, one of the screws have been killing us off one by one.
Shut up, Brian, and do your work.
Suppose you think he deserves a citation.
Listen, Bryant. Nobody condones what he did. But I'm damn sure none of you are going to use it as an excuse for disruption. You will eat, sleep, and work by the book, right?
Right, Miss Ferguson.
What's she doing in here?
She was frightened. We brought her in.
She's not rostered. Get to your dorm.
Oh, fair go, Miss Ferguson.
Listen, if she's sick, she stays in the hospital. If she's recuperating, she stays in the dorm. If she disobeys, she goes to solitary.
No,
Get out.
no, Min.
You'll have to do as she says, love.
Come on, Parker, out. The rest of you, get to work now.
She's unreal.
That bitch has got to go, Min.
I never argued with that. I think the first thing is to see the governor.
I was just going to send for you, Minnie. The department's reconsidered its decisions on several of your proposals. They've okayed them.
I see. Rather sudden, isn't it?
You don't seem very enthusiastic.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Reynolds, I think it's wonderful. After all, Mr. Bridges only had to murder 3 of us to get the department to show a bit of kindness.
I take your point.
I'm sorry. What have they okayed?
The work release program and the monthly open days are the major ones.
Good. Let's hit them for more while they're on the run.
What did you have in mind?
A Braille teacher for Belinda Johns. That girl's got potential, I can feel it. She's got guts and determination, but she thinks her life's over. If she could learn Braille, I think it'd change her whole attitude.
All right, I'll submit it. The way things are, I think they'll agree. Oh, if you've got any further proposals, you'll have to direct them to Mrs. Powell. She'll be taking over for a while.
Oh, you're taking your holidays?
More of a rest, really.
These last few weeks have taken a toll on everybody. Don't suppose Lizzie and Cass will ever fully recover.
How do the women seem to you, generally?
Some are depressed, some angry. They're all churned up one way or the other. And it's not a good time to provoke them.
They're not going to be provoked. The department's attitude should tell you that.
I'm not talking about the department. I'm talking about Miss Ferguson.
Go on.
She's too tough on the women at the best of times. And these aren't the best of times. Those women are near breaking point.
The department considers her an efficient officer.
Cruelly efficient. Mrs. Reynolds, we'd gladly forego all the benefits we've won if the department would get rid of her.
They wouldn't even consider it. Come in.
Excuse me, Governor, the officers are waiting in the staff room.
I'll be there in a moment. You can take Donovan back to the laundry.
Certainly, Governor. Come on, Donovan.
You look like you just got out of bed.
That figures. What are you doing here?
Me? I was going to visit Sam. Well, how about you? Do I ask what you're doing here, or are we keeping that under wraps?
Now, wait a minute.
Does Mum know about this? About you two?
Yes, she does.
That's great, isn't it? Right now when she needs you the most.
What are you talking about?
She's sick. She could die, and what you care.
Oh, wait. What do you mean?
Back off, will you? She'd want me to tell anyone.
What the hell is it? Now tell me, I've got a right to know.
Not anymore, you haven't.
Please, Paul.
She's going into hospital. She might have breast cancer.
Never occurred to me. It never occurred to me that she might be ill. I should have realized
How could you know, Wally?
the way she'd been acting. Just wasn't like herself. I must go to her, Sam.
I know.
Shh.
You don't have to explain. Let me know if she's all right, okay?
And I'm sure you'll give Colin your support while I'm away. Of course, it's unfortunate that I have to go at this time, but...
I take it you're referring to the David Bridges affair, Governor.
Yes, we don't know how the women are going to react to it. But you must be alert for any danger signs. I think a wise policy would be one of cooperation and understanding. This is not a time to come down heavily on them. Well, that's about it. Thank you.
Good. Well, if you don't mind, we'll get on with our rounds.
Of course, Miss Ferguson.
Look on the bright side. We have looked after the store before.
I'm sure everything will be fine. Would you like a coffee? Yes, please. Oh, the police have sent that dossier on David Bridges. Childhood, psychiatric reports, the works.
So he was institutionalised, huh?
For years. And then released as being normal.
Yes, well, I can believe that. Seemed normal to me.
Must make interesting reading.
Oh, it's horrible. His mother used to beat him, I mean, viciously. And then sometimes used to tie him up and leave him for days on end.
My God, and yet he spoke of her as though she was a saint.
Yes. It's hard to fathom these things, isn't it? Well, I've just about tied up everything here, so I'll be going home shortly. Got a few things to do before I go to hospital.
Come on, don't think the worst.
Human nature, I suppose. So easy to conjure up all the frightening things.
Have you contacted your daughter?
No, Julie's overseas at the moment, on a study grant. I don't want her to think she has to drop everything and come rushing home. Imagine if she did and there was nothing wrong with me.
That's the spirit. Keep thinking positive for their sake as well as your own.
I think we could get almost anything we ask for at the moment just to keep us quiet.
Yeah, except Ferguson's transfer.
No, they won't come at that yet.
What do you mean?
We've got to undermine her. It's no good tackling her head on.
Yeah, and how do you propose to do that? I mean, to date, we've already lynched her, we've blackmailed her, and she's still walking around like King Kong.
Sure she is, because she's the apple of the department's eye. But I'm going to change all that.
Oh, Minnie, how?
Relax a moment, please, ladies. As you've probably heard, the department has accepted several of the proposals you've put forward. Now, a social worker is coming here this afternoon to talk to you about a work release scheme.
Oh, well, I'm interested, Mrs. Morris. Really, I am.
Yeah, she's going to marry the boss.
Oh, don't be silly, Judy. It might be a lady.
Oh, all right, that's enough. Belinda, we are trying to get a Braille teacher to you, but we'll keep you posted on that one.
You didn't ask for a Braille teacher.
I did, dear.
Better off minding your own business.
Well, now look,
all right, ladies, that's it. Back to work.
I'm
Spreading a little cheer,
Before you go,
Mrs. Morris.
Mrs. Morris, what's the word on Lizzie?
There's nothing definite. She's as well as can be
Oh,
expected.
come on, that doesn't tell me very much.
That's all you're getting, Brian.
Mrs. Morris, you know I put in a request to see her.
Forget it, Brian.
I was wondering if maybe you could do something about
Right.
pushing that ahead.
I'll see
Thank
what I
you
can
very
do.
much.
Go it easy, haven't you, Brian? Nice and soft all the way.
Oh, yeah. We have it real easy, don't we? Mr. Bridges
Shut up,
was
Brian,
very-
you'll be on the
Oh,
shut
come on,
Shut up! What the hell's the matter with you?
Oh, I stumbled. I'm sorry.
Minnie, I thought you had a heart attack.
Oh, get back to work, Mason. Okay, Brian. That one goes on the slate. And you know what a memory I've got.
God, I thought you were a goner then, Jude.
Yes, I thought you were so brave.
Still, it's no way to handle her.
I don't know, she made more of a dent than you ever have.
She's bigger than me. Still. Do my best.
Oh, and then Miss Ferguson.
She got the
Oh, she's clever.
I went to Wentworth. They told me you'd taken time off.
Yes,
I know why. Why couldn't you trust me?
how did you find out?
Paul?
I made him promise not to
Yes,
tell you.
yes, I know, but thank God he told me. Made me realize how much I love you. Oh, you can't go through this alone, Anne. However it turns out, we're together, we'll live together, we'll get married, whatever you say, but don't turn me away.
I have to. No, please listen and try to understand. If I get through this hole, we can consider a life together.
And if not?
Then I'd always have doubts that you came back to me because you pitied me. I know it's probably terribly unfair of me, but I could never shake it. If I'm okay, we're okay. If not, then...
Anne, will you listen to me? What kind of a relationship is it if, when one of us gets into trouble, we shut the other one out?
I've said all I have to say, Wally. Now, if you don't mind, I've got things to do before I go.
All right. But I'll be waiting. No matter what happens. Don't you forget that.
I wish you'd try and eat, Cass. Poor girl. I'll keep something for her later in case she gets hungry.
Okay, what's the plan?
What are you talking about?
Keys. God, we could walk right out of this place, you know that?
You are missing the point, Phyllis. I only stole those keys to undermine Ferguson's efficiency.
You mean you're not going to use them?
Not the way you think. Losing her keys is just the first of a lot of mistakes she's going to make.
That's a good one, then. When the department finds out that she's more of a liability than an asset, we can start planning her going away party.
Right.
Yeah, well, we should be planning my going away party. The freak stuffed up my
You
parole.
keep
and I...
it down. Sonia is practically taking notes.
Yeah, well, I reckon she's got a point. Wouldn't mind using them keys myself.
Well, it does seem a bit of a waste.
You wouldn't even get to the front gate. You've seen how many police are still around the place. Try and make a break for it now, and you'll be back in time for tea.
Oh, Hunt, you'll be on kitchen duty after lunch. The dishwasher's broken down.
Oh, terrific.
Stevens, you'll be on duty with her.
Look, I can't wash dishes with my hands like this.
Well, I'll do it, Mrs. Morris.
Oh, jeez, we'll end up with one cup and saucer left.
It's enough, Hunt.
Well, I won't break anything, Mrs. Morris.
Right, you can take Stevens' place. Good news, ladies. The visit to Lizzie's been approved. You'll be going this afternoon.
Great, Mrs. May.
Just for yourself, Mason, Donovan.
Well, what about me? I like Lizzie.
Someone's got to do the dishes.
Oh, isn't life wonderful? I never dreamed when I woke up this morning I'd be going out this afternoon.
Oh, well, I could be going out this afternoon and all if I had those keys.
Sorry, Phyllis, but I'm doing you a favour.
Stick your favour.
What I can't get over is the fact that he seemed so concerned about the women. And all the time he was wanting to murder them. I mean, it's enough to give you a fit of the shudders. Yeah, well, he certainly brought us enough trouble. And they'll be able to write their own damn cheques until this thing blows over.
Oh, I hardly think so. I mean, the department has had to make some concessions, but they were well overdue anyway. But if it keeps their mind off these grisly murders, I suppose it's a good thing. Look, are you coming to lunch?
No, look, I've just got to go and check on something. You go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You do all right for yourself, don't you? Get along, I guess. Well, you got one thing in your favour. You don't have to look at this pile of dirty dishes.
Yeah. Mrs. O'Regan, I didn't by any chance drop anything when I was in here on my rounds, did I?
No, not that I noticed. What have you lost?
Oh, doesn't matter.
But what am I supposed to be looking for?
Oh, you'll know when you find it, but just come straight to me, all right?
Oh, I don't know what that was all about, I'm sure.
He was right. It's got her shook up. Well, it's got me shook up. No, she's got the keys out of this joint and she's not doing anything about it, stupid.
Oh, do be more careful, Phyllis. Now, clean that up. And mind you get all the pieces.
All right.
Well, don't cut yourself.
Okay. An old hand with broken glass.
What do you mean?
Sonia put some in me bed once just to keep me in line.
Sure it was Sonia?
Well, she told me. I didn't get her back for that one either.
You're no top dog, you're just a stupid bloody bitch.
Bobby!
That's enough, Bobby. You're becoming tiresome.
Yeah, well, if you gave me them keys, you'd get rid of me for good.
If I gave you those keys, we'd have you back here for good. Now get back to work, all of you.
Minnie, you've got to get rid of those keys. If the screws find out you've got them, you've had it.
I know.
Yeah, well, if the river don't get you, the undertow will.
Meaning?
Meaning that not only do Phyllis and Bobby want those keys, there are at least 4 other people who would bash your head in to get them. They're dynamite.
You're right. I'll lose them when we go out to see Lizzie.
Not a minute too soon.
All right, Mason, Brian, and Donovan. Get your dorms and change. Your civvies are in there.
Yes, Miss Ferguson. We'll send Lizzie your regards.
Well, hurry up, my Lynn.
Well, let's saw it off.
Move it, you lot. Righto, young, get on the press.
Well, looks like we got a new top dog, eh?
Looking for the lost and found department.
What do you know about him?
Everything. Just remember where it came from.
I'm not in the mood to bargain, Stevens. Where are those keys?
Donovan's got them. Lifted them right out of your pocket.
A breakout?
No. Just want to make a fool of you. Doing pretty well, too.
Well, we're just going to have to do something about that, aren't we?
Already?
Yes.
Mum, I'm sorry I told Wally. I know you didn't want
It's
anyone to know
all right.
about it.
Come on, let's go.
What the hell are you doing here?
Look, I came to speak to your mother. Wally rang me. He's terribly upset. I feel somehow responsible for what's happened.
We were just leaving.
Look, this will only take a moment.
Paul, perhaps you could put my bag in the car. I'll be out in a moment.
I just wanted to explain something to you. I liked Wally from the moment I first met him. I did the chasing.
Is that what you've come here to tell me?
Well, that's only part of it. I realised today that he only came to me for comfort.
So? I still don't know what you're getting at.
He loves you, Anne. Is that plain enough? I saw it the moment Paul told him you were sick. Well, I should have seen it earlier. From here on in, it's up to you. I'm stepping aside before he pushes me aside. You will reconsider.
There is nothing to reconsider. I'm not ungrateful for what you're trying to do. But I think you should know that you're neither the reason nor the cause of our breakup.
Are you saying that you feel nothing for him?
No.
Then I don't understand this at all. And neither does Wally.
Come on, Stevens, we haven't got much time.
All right, all right. What makes you so sure this is going to work?
Because I planned it. I'll turn the tables on Donovan, and if I play my cards right, it'll make Morris and Powell look like a couple of bungling idiots.
Not just so long as I'm tucked up.
Oh, you will be. But this time, don't forget who put you there.
I'm not sure how I'll cope if you have to do a mastectomy.
Even if it does come to that, you can have a full prosthesis once the scar tissue's healed. No one need ever know.
I'd know.
You're a very attractive woman, Mrs. Reynolds. Whatever the outcome of the operation, it won't change that.
Won't it?
You must have faith in yourself. That's essential.
Back.
They didn't have your regular brand.
Doesn't matter.
I'll leave you to it. Bye, Paul.
Bye, Mr. Thomas.
Thanks, darling. Trust me to forget something.
The doctor's right, Mum.
About what?
Faith. You've got to have a bit of faith in yourself. You can't expect me to have it all.
Well, maybe we should buy some lovely flowers.
Oh, that's a good idea, Pixie.
Well, orchids would be nice.
Orchids? Daisies on our wages. Orchids.
Would you hurry up, please, ladies? Officer Radcliffe has been waiting for ages.
You got the keys.
Didn't have a chance. She was with me the whole time. Oh, well, there. When there's a will, there's a way. Oh, Mrs. Barry, I've forgotten my handkerchief. I'll just pop back to the dorms.
Would you please hurry?
Just be a moment. Maybe I have 3 handkerchiefs. I always carry hankies when I go to visit people in hospital, just in case I cry. Here you are. Here's a nice pink one.
Thanks.
That's okay.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, Mrs. Barry,
Yes.
the social worker will still be here when we get back, won't he?
Oh, yes, Pixie.
Oh, I
He'll
hope so.
soon be back.
Because it's my own chance to get a really good job.
Right. Well, if anyone can cheer Lizzie up, it'll be Pixie.
That's true. I just hope she stays single.
Well, she did ask if the social worker was available, so that should keep her on the straight and narrow.
Look, how about we split the round? I'll do the laundry and the shower block, and you do the workshop and the recreation room.
Right. First one back makes the coffee.
Right.
Ah! Judy! Ah! Here! Ah!
Hold on a minute.
Oh! God!
Hurry up! What took you so long?
Not so wet. Who did this to you?
Donovan. They jumped me from behind. It was Donovan. All right, I heard her voice.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.